A very good morning to all students and welcome to my channel Edufly JEE-NEET. So today we are going to discuss about Annelida, phylum Annelida. Previously we have discussed about Platyhelminthes, Coelenterata, Aschelminthes and Porifera. This is the fifth one, Annelida. So first you have to know Annelida में कौन से animals आते हैं. They are segmented. मतलब देखिए हमने दिखाया diagram में. The body is segmented into different parts. So this I have shown a very common example of Nereis. Also a very common name you know in Annelida it's included is earthworm. They are very good for the soil, that is they fertile the land and help the farmers in plowing the land. Fine. जैसे एग्रीकल्चर में बहुत हेल्प होता है फार्मर्स को. earthworm क्या करते हैं? सॉइल को फर्टाइल कर देते हैं. क्या करते हैं? सॉइल को फर्टाइल करते हैं, सॉइल फर्टिलिटी में हेल्प करते हैं. फाइन. earthworm का वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है इन केस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर. फाइन. सो दे हेल्प द फार्मर्स इन केस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर. नेक्स्ट बात करते हैं हम इसकी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. एनिलिडा की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स क्या होती हैं? लाइक वी विल स्टडी अबाउट हैबिट एंड हैबिटेट. क्या होते हैं? बॉडी कैसे सिमेट्री कैसी होती है. फाइन. तो फर्स्ट इज हैबिट एंड हैबिटेट. देखिए कुछ जो एनिलिडा है, सम आर फाउंड इन एक्वाटिक एनवायरमेंट, some are found in marine and fresh water, or some are found in land like earthworm. They stay on basically on land. They are terrestrial. The earthworm is in land animal, so they are terrestrial. So some are even free living or some are parasite even. Parasite example Hirudinaria. See, I have shown you the example Hirudinaria. Blood sucking parasite होते हैं ये. क्या करते हैं? What they do is they suck the blood from like various animals like fish, dog, cattle, many other animals. They will suck the blood. And where do they found is that Hirudinaria is found in fresh water. Fine. They are found in fresh water. They are not found in marine water. Aquatic में example is Nereis, and terrestrial from terrestrial is that example is earthworm. Just remember the example where they are found. Fine. Parasitic में हो गया Hirudinaria. So these are the forms in which the animals of phylum Annelida used to stay. Next is body form. देखिए body form I have shown you the example of Nereis. I'll explain you here when. बॉडी कैसा होता है? सॉफ्ट होता है, बहुत सॉफ्ट होता है. आपने earthworm देखा होगा, हमेशा बहुत क्लोज एनिमल है, हर जगह कभी भी कहीं भी चला आता है. ठीक है. सॉफ्ट है, एलोंगेटेड है, सिलिंड्रिकल और फ्लैटेंड. सिलिंड्रिकल है कि फ्लैटेंड, एकदम फ्लैट होता है. ठीक है. बॉडी कैसा होता है? देखिए बॉडी क्या डिवाइडेड है. ये इसका माउथ है, फूड लेगा, एनस दोनों प्रेजेंट होता है. ये सेप्टा है, ये जो लाइन देख रहे हैं आप, दिस इज द सेप्टा. ठीक है. और ये सेप्टा के बीच में ये जो है जो डिवाइड हो गया है, इसको क्या कहेंगे? मेटामेयर्स. तो क्या होता है कि रिंग लाइक, ये देखो रिंग लाइक है ना, इसको अगर हम लोग काटेंगे, इसको अगर एक काट के एक पार्ट निकालते हैं तो वो रिंग जैसा ऐसा शेप होगा, रिंग. इट रिजेंबल्स लाइक रिंग. सो क्या होता है? डिवाइडेड इनटू सेगमेंट्स और मेटामेयर्स बाय रिंग लाइक ग्रूव्स. रिंग होता है. अगर आप क्रॉस सेक्शन में से काटते हैं तो रिंग ऐसे फॉर्म होगा. फाइन. So this is all about habit and habitat and the body form. So now we will see the next point. So now we'll see some more important characteristics. Body symmetry कैसी होती है? See, just compare with the previous phylum Platyhelminthes. They are also their body, they have bilateral symmetry. See, I have shown you the diagram. If you cut this animal in two parts, जैसे भी काटिए, they'll divide into two equal halves. So they are bilateral symmetrical in case of Platyhelminthes. Fine. So next we'll talk about level of organization. See, we are now studying about the advancement of organisms. Like we will go the advanced features. So from there, even from previous phylum itself, organism level of organization has started. Fine. Germ layers कैसा होता है? Advanced organism से triploblastic. So what are the three layers? I have told you: ectoderm, then mesoderm and endoderm. Fine. These three germ layers are present in case of triploblastic animals. Fine. Segmentation, very important from NEET point of view. Those organisms are metamerically segmented. What means is that, see, this segmentation is known as, I have told you, this is known as मेटामेरिक सेगमेंटेशन. ये जो सेगमेंट हुआ है, इस सेगमेंट को क्या कहेंगे? मेटामॉर्स. एंड दिस प्रोसेस ऑफ सेगमेंटेशन इज नोन एज metamerically segmented. And these are the first animals to possess true body segmentation. This is also very important from NEET point of view. Just remember, first animals to possess true body segmentation. Very important. See, what does that means is that metametrically segmented. See, the segment is from the outside, but if you will see the inner view of the animals, you can see both all the segments that is visible from the outside. I hope you understand. See, जब भी ये जो segment आप बाहर देख रहे हो, it doesn't mean कि वो सिर्फ बाहर ही है. If you see the inner view of that animal, whatever be the animal, it's nereis, earthworm, hereditary, whatever be the animals, आपको जो segments है वो inside भी दिखेंगे, inside segment. तो इसमें क्या होता है? This is not false body segmentation. This is true body segmentation. That means कि segmentation जो है आपको अंदर भी दिखेंगे, सिर्फ बाहर ही नहीं है. It's visible inside itself. तो both the segments are there, internal भी है और outer भी है. दोनों segments आपको visible होंगे अगर आप ध्यान से देखें तो. ठीक है, तो ये रहा है बहुत segmentation. अब skeleton की बात कर लेते हैं. skeleton में क्या होता है? मिनरल्स नहीं होता है. नो मिनरल skeleton just in case of platyhelminthes. You just compare and study. platyhelminthes में क्या था? मिनरल skeleton नहीं था. ठीक है, सारे कैरेक्टर्स को जस्ट कंपेयर एंड स्टडी. उसमें भी क्या था? लेवल ऑफ रिंग्स ऑर्गन सिस्टम था, ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिक था, बायलेटरल. तो आपके लिए बहुत इजी रहेगा. आप कंपेयर कर करके पढ़ेंगे तो बहुत कम ही चीज़ें आपको रिमेंबर करनी पड़ेगी. बाकी सब तो चलो ये तो सेम था ऐसे करके ना. एग्जाम्पल जस्ट रिमेंबर फ्रॉम नीट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. स्केलेटन क्या था? मिनरल्स नहीं होता. तो क्या काम करता है? जो फ्लूइड जो प्रेजेंट होता है सीलम में, the fluid that is present in the coelom, that will serve as the hydrostatic skeleton, that will serve as the, and that will help in the functions of skeleton. फाइन. तो बॉडी सिमेट्री हो गया, लेवल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो गया, जर्म लेयर्स हो गया, स्केलेटन हो गया. सो विल सी अबाउट लोकोमोशन एंड फ्यू वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एग्जाम्पल्स इन केस ऑफ एनालिज. सो लेट्स सी. सो नाउ लेट्स सी अबाउट सीलम. Body cavity, true coelom. I have told you in case of analysis, true coelom is present. True coelom by mesodermal coelomic epithelium is there, और it is filled with coelomic fluid. Body cavity में क्या होता है? coelomic fluid होता है. ठीक है, अब बात करते हैं locomotion. See, how do they travel? How do they move? The movement of that animals in case of annelids, what happens is that they have, the body wall is muscular. That is, two muscles are present. Fine. One is circular and the other is longitudinal. Two type of muscles are present. These two muscles are very important. These two are present in case of annelids. See, aquatic annelids, how do they swim? How do they swim is that they possess locomotory appendages and they are nothing but parapodia. See, parapodia. And this helps in the swimming of aquatic annelids. Fine. And how do they swim is that this parapodia take the help of these two muscle fibers. With the help of muscle fibers, they'll swim, and this parapodia helps in the swimming of aquatic animals. Example is nereis, but there is always an exception. I always tell you. See, in case of there is parapodia is absent in case of hereditaria. Fine. पैरापोडिया एब्सेंट कहाँ होता है? हेरिडिनेरिया. बट नेरेस में प्रेजेंट होता है. समटाइम्स देयर इज एन एक्सेप्शन ऑल्सो. आई हैव टू मेंशन वन थिंग. अर्थवर्म. अर्थवर्म में क्या होता है? दे आर टेरेस्ट्रियल एनिमल्स. फाइन. सो व्हाट दे हैव इज काइटिनस. काइटिनस SETA. काइटिनस सीटे इज प्रेजेंट इन केस ऑफ अर्थवर्म. जस्ट रिमेंबर फ्रॉम नीट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. किसमें क्या होता है? एक्सेप्शन हेरिडिनेरिया में है. अर्थवर्म में काइटिनस सीटे प्रेजेंट होता है. फाइन. So this is all about body cavity, locomotion. Fine. Exception, remember the examples which I have told you. Hereditaria, they doesn't possess parapodia. They don't have the locomotory appendages. Fine. So now let's see next point. So now let's talk about digestive system. Digestive system is complete. That is, they have distinct mouth and anus. Mouth for ingestion, anus for egestion. Fine. So digestion system is complete for the body. अच्छे से digestion होता है. But in case of platyhelminths, remember, they don't have the complete digestive system. That was incomplete. Just compare and study. See, tube within tube type of body plan is present in case of annelids, and digestion is completely extracellular. Fine. So that is extracellular. You have to remember in case of digestive system. Now we'll see about gas exchange. How do they occurs? It occurs through, see, two forms are there. Moist skin. If it occurs through moist skin, it is called cutaneous respiration. Just remember the terms. Cutaneous respiration. And if we talk us through like gills, some annelids have gills also. That is example I have shown you, amphicrite. That is known as bronchial respiration. Gills होने से bronchial होगा, skin होने से cutaneous respiration. Fine. So गैस एक्सचेंज है, डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम हो गया. गैस एक्सचेंज में याद रखिएगा, इंपॉर्टेंट है ये. दो फॉर्म होता है, एक मॉइस्ट स्किन से होता है और गिल से भी होता है. कुछ जो ऑर्गेनिजम्स है इन केस ऑफ एनालिड्स, दोज हु स्टे इन वाटर एक्चुअली दे नीड गिल्स एक्चुअली. So amphicrite, bronchial respiration, and those who stay on land or terrestrial animals, they have cutaneous respiration. Fine. So we'll see the next point. So we'll talk about circulatory system and excretory system in case of annelids. Circulatory system क्या होता है? They have closed blood circulatory system. That is closed का मतलब क्या होता है? Blood will flow in blood vessels में blood flow करेगा. So they are known as closed. ठीक है. Respiratory pigment have to remember hemoglobin or erythrochlorin that is dissolved in blood plasma. Fine. Or but see, there is also an exception, leech. Leech, they don't have any RBCs. That is, if they don't have any RBC, they follows open blood vascular system. But since they have RBC, that is, they have closed circulatory system. Blood vascular system is present in case of other organisms in annelids, but there is always an exception. So they have closed blood vascular system, and they have no RBCs, so they have open blood circulatory system. Fine. Next is excretory system. Very important. Remember from NEET point of view. Excretory में क्या होता है, कैसे होता है? They have coiled tubes that are present in the body, and it happens with the help of nephridia. Nephridia is very important from NEET point of view. Just remember, they help in the excretion as well as osmoregulation. They do the both functions. But see, if some organisms are aquatic, some are terrestrial. Fine. So if they are aquatic, they have ammonia as their excretory product, and if they are terrestrial, they have urea as the terrestrial product. I mean, sorry, not terrestrial, it's excretory product. अगर वो लोग पानी में रहते हैं तो उनको क्या होगा? एमोनिया होगा. एक्सक्रेटरी प्रोडक्ट क्या होगा? एमोनिया. और अगर लैंड पे होते हैं टेरेस्ट्रियल, दे हैव यूरिया. So now let's see. So now let's talk about nervous system and reproductive system. In case of annelids, nervous system is present here with paired ganglia. Fine. Reproductive system में क्या होता है? Sexes में भी separate हो सकता है, जिसको क्या कहते हैं? Dioecious. Dioecious मतलब male and female are in separate organs, separate body. But in case of monoecious, male and female is in the single body itself. Male and female एक ही body में रहते हैं. Example देख लीजिए, आर्थो में लीच जो है monoecious है, मतलब उनकी जो मेल एंड फीमेल ऑर्गन से सेम बॉडी में होती है. डायोसियस क्या है? नेरेस. एग्जाम्पल याद रखिएगा नीट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. नेरेस है, डायोसियस है. फाइन. डेवलपमेंट क्या होता है? डायरेक्ट भी हो सकता है, इनडायरेक्ट भी हो सकता है. तो इनडायरेक्ट क्या है? एग्जाम्पल नेरेस. और लार्वा क्या प्रेजेंट है? याद रखिएगा फ्रॉम नीट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. लार्वा प्रेजेंट इज ट्रोकोफोर लार्वा. फाइन. एग्जाम्पल ये द थ्री वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एग्जाम्पल इन केस ऑफ एनालिस: नेरेस, सैडवर्म, फेरेटिमा आर्थवर्म एंड heterogeneous blood sucking leech. They are known as blood sucking leech. These are very important example, remember from NEET point of view. So this was all about nervous system, reproductive and development. Development कैसा होता? But one more thing I have to include here. In case of annelids, sexual reproduction is known basically. Most of the annelids, they have sexual reproduction only. Fine. There is no mention of asexual reproduction. Only sexual reproduction is present in case of annelids. So now let's see see this important note. What we have studied in case of annelids is that these 4 points, if you are going to the exam, just revise this in each phylum. I have given you important note. This important note you go just revise and go to the exam. See, metameric segmentation I have explained you. This is present in case of annelids. Nephridia is for excretion and osmoregulation, and closed circulatory system is present with blood, with the respiratory pigment, then dissolved in plasma. Cta is present in case some body wall in most forms. So these 4 important point, if you are going to the exam and you don't have time to revise, just see the important notes which I am giving you at the end of the phylum. Just revise and go for the exams. It won't take much time just to revise the 4 points. Fine. So now we'll see about Ctenophora. This is about annelids. Ctenophora is very small part. I'll include in annelids itself. So now let's see about Ctenophora. So let's see about Ctenophora. I have included it in phylum Annelids itself. See, Ctenophora is known as sea walnuts or comb jellies. This is the common name for Ctenophora. Fine. Habitat mostly they are marine animals. Then body symmetry कैसा है? They are radially symmetrical. Germ layers is diploblastic animals. Fine. They have diploblastic nature. They are not triploblastic. But level of organization is tissue level. They don't have organ level of organization. They have tissue level, a bit advanced form. Fine. Next is locomotion. कैसे होता है? They bears 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates. They have 8 external rows of ciliated. तो cilia होता है ना? Ciliated row plates. Fine. Next is the very important property of this organism, Ctenophora, is bioluminescence. That is the property of living organisms to emit light. And this is a very important property which this organism show, Ctenophora. That is bioluminescence, the property of emitting light. This, so remember about bioluminescence, NEET point of view, question always comes from Ctenophora, and these are all basics about Ctenophora. So we'll see some more important characteristics, few characteristics of Ctenophora. So now let's see about digestion, what happens in case of Ctenophora. They have both extracellular and intracellular. Digestion mode is both extra and intra. Reproduction कैसे होता है? They only follow sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is absent in case of Ctenophora. Fertilization कैसा होता है? Is external, and with development is indirect. Larva important from NEET point of view. Cydipid larva. Cydipid. Cydipid. Cydipid larva. Example, just remember Pleurobrachia and Ctenoplana. Pleurobrachia and Ctenoplana. Remember from NEET point of view. And this is also very important. Coloblast cells. These are the adhesive cells that is present in case of Ctenophora. So coloblast remember, and remember the examples, and just remember the important characteristics which I have given in case of Ctenophora. So I have completed today Annelids and Ctenophora. Next class we will discuss about Arthropoda. So with this I will conclude my class today. Thank you so much.